Hello students, Standard 8. In mathematics, we are going to start a new chapter. Chapter number 9, the algebraic expressions and identities. You are familiar with the algebraic expressions. You studied it in the lower standard. We know that algebraic expressions are formed by variables and constants. I hope you are familiar with variable and constants. Or let us just recall that memory. What are variables and constants? Variables are the numbers, but they can take different values. It means that value of that number can vary. It can take different values according to the situation. And to denote them, we take the small alphabets X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, etc. But the constants are those whose value is fixed. For example, we know the numbers 5, 7, -9, 8, etc. You use anywhere their values are same. So they are known as constants. Sometimes those constants are also denoted by A, B and C. Now, when we combine them, when we combine the variables and constant by the operations, basic operations like plus, minus, multiplication and division, then we get the expressions. Expressions are also of so many types. If you use only one variable in it, it is known as expression in one variable. If you use two variables like x and y both, it is an expression with two variables. Here you can see that 3x minus 2, 5y plus 7, 3xy minus 9. They are the examples of the algebraic expressions. Now, how the expressions are formed? Here you can see that, suppose you take the 3x minus 2. 3x minus 2 is formed by variable x and the constants 3 and 2. So, with them, there are 4 operations are related. Any of them can be used in it. And thus, the algebraic expressions are formed. Now, we know that the variable can take any value. And therefore, the expressions also can have different values according to the value that we choose for the variable. So the value of expression changes with the value chosen for the variable in it. So any of the expression you take, and if you want to find the value of that expression, it depends on the value of the variable that we choose. For example, look here. We consider the expression 3x plus 5. Now, if you want to find the value of this expression, then we can get so many values depending on the value of the variable used in it. So here, if you take x equals 1, then value of this will be 3x plus 5 is equal to 3 into 1 plus 5. So 3 1s are 3 plus 5, 8. If you take x is equal to 3, Then 3x plus 5 will be 3 3s are 9 plus 5, that is 14. If you take 0, if you take 5, if you take minus 3, if you take any value of x, you will get the different values of the expression. It means that an expression can have unlimited values, because variable can take any value. Similarly, according to that, we will get the value of the given expression also. So that is the thing about the algebraic expression. Here you can see that these have only one variable. So it is expression in one variable. This is also one variable. But here x and y, both the variables are used. So it is an algebraic expression in two variables. These are in one variable, but this is a expression with two variables. Now we know how to locate the constants, means the numbers on the number line. Now we can also express these variables and the expressions on the number line. For that, only we have to consider. We cannot exactly get it because the value of that variable is unknown. Now consider the expression x plus 5. Now if you want to put that distance x plus 5 on the number line, first of all we have to take the position at which distance that x is there. So now on number line, x has a position, say x on number line. So suppose at this x, capital X, that is the distance small x from 0, and that distance is 5. So now here is distance x, that is distance 5. So from 0 to p, the total distance will be x plus 5. So x plus 5 represent this part on the number line. So on the number line we can express the expression like that. So for that you have to take particular value that depends on you, and then that x and then the 5. Other also you take 3x minus 2. So first the value of x, that is here. So I take 3 times. But now subtract means you have to come on the left side. So I take 2 this side here. So that whole thing is 3x, x plus x plus x, 3x, and then minus 2. So here, so this distance represents the value 3x minus 2. So any expression like that you can express by using the particular distance for x and then the variable constant and express them like this. Now the words used, the terms, factors and coefficient. What are the meanings of these words? So let us understand by taking an example of a expression. Consider the expression 3x plus 7. So here this expression have two terms. One term is 3x and the other term is 7. That is 3x and 7. Always remember the sign before that term. If it is a negative sign, you have to take negative. So if it was 3x minus 7, then the first term is 3x, but the second term will be not 7 but minus 7. That is the minor mistake that can take your marks. So be careful with the sign, not the side on the left side, but on the left side, not the right side. You have to check the sign before it. Here there is no sign, means it is plus. Here there is plus, but if there is minus sign, you have to be very careful. So here, when the terms are added, terms are added, we get an expression. Right? So terms are added to form expressions. So here 3x and 7 are the two terms. So we add them and make 3x plus 7. Similarly, you can take this one, 5x square minus 2xy. So you have two terms, 5x square and minus 2xy. So when we add them, we get 5x square minus 2xy. That is a expression. So expression is formed by adding the terms. It means that whenever you are looking for the terms, you have to check the plus or minus sign between them. So the terms are added to form expressions. Consider the expression just one. So here it contains two terms, 5x square and minus 2xy. Now we go to the factors. So take a particular term. Like first term here is 5x square. How we get 5x square? The term 5x square, it is a product of 5, x and x because it is x square. X square means x into x. So 5x square, this whole term is by the product of 5, x and x. So we can say that 5, x and x are the factors of 5x square. We can say that 5, x and x, that are the three factors of the term. Similarly, which is the second term? Minus 2xy. So it is a product of minus 2, x and y. It is a product of minus 2, x and y. It means that the minus 2xy has the factors minus 2, x and y. So whatever the terms are there, you can understand that terms are when term is a product of its factors. So the factors, when we multiply, when we make the product of its factors, then we get a term. Now, what is the meaning of coefficient? That also we are going to understand now. Coefficient. The numerical factor containing in a term is known as its numerical coefficient or simply a coefficient. So, take a particular term and check which is the numerical factor in it, and that factor is referred to as the coefficient of that particular term. Let us understand with an example. Here I took the expression 8xy minus 5x. How many terms are there? There are two terms. First term is 8xy and second is 5x. No, remember I told you, not 5x, because there is minus sign. So the expression 8xy minus 5x, two terms, 8xy and minus 5x. That minus sign, if you forget, you can lose your marks. So it has two terms, 8xy and minus 5x. Now let us take the first term. What is the first term? 8xy. Which are the factors of it? 8, x and y. It is made up from 8 multiplied by x multiplied by y. So here x and y are the variables. So which is the numerical factor? 8. So here 8 is the coefficient of the term 8xy. So the term 8xy has three factors, 8, x and y. So out of that, 8 is the numerical factor, means it is a number. And therefore, we can say that 8 is the coefficient of that term 8xy. Consider the second term. Which is the second term? It is minus 5x. So minus 5x is a product of minus 5 and x. So which are the factors? Minus 5 and x are the factors of the term minus 5x. Here x is the variable and minus 5 is the numerical value or the constant. So what is the coefficient of the second term? It is minus 5. Here also don't write down 5. Coefficient is minus 5. So whenever you write the terms or the coefficient of the terms, be careful about the sign, because that will take your lots of marks. Every time when you make a mistake with a sign, you lose marks. Because in place of addition you will do subtraction, or in place of subtraction you will do addition. And then it looks like a very small mistake, but it is a silly mistake. It can take your marks. It is not a small mistake actually. Looks like only the sign change, but that sign has a particular importance. And therefore, don't forget that here, not the 5 is the coefficient, but the minus 5 is the coefficient of that particular term. Let us take an example in the try this. In this, an expression is given. We have to write down coefficients of each term. What is the expression? Expression is x square y square minus 10x square y plus 5xy square minus 20. How many terms are there? There are 4 terms. First term is x square y square. Second term is 10x square y. No. Minus 10x square y. Third term, there is plus sign, so you can write down 5xy square. And the fourth term is minus 20. Here you can see that the last term, minus 20, does not have any variable. So itself is a coefficient, so we don't write down coefficient for it. It is a constant term, so you can write down it is a constant term. But the other three, the first 3 terms have the coefficients. The first term is x square y square. Now you will say there is no coefficient because there is no numerical factor, but it is invisible, because we know that 1 is the factor of every number. Sometimes students write down no coefficient, means coefficient is 0. Do you see 0 here? No. But 1 you can see, invisible, but we can see. Means we know that the 1 is the factor of each and every number. And therefore, it is actually 1x square y square, but we don't write down. And therefore, the coefficient of the term x square y square is 1. So don't say that it does not have any coefficient. Every term has a coefficient. So if there is no number is there, then 1 is the factor. Second term is minus 10x square y. So which is the numerical factor of it? Minus 10. So the coefficient of minus 10x square y is minus 10. Third term is 5xy square. So 5 is the factor. So coefficient of 5xy square is 5. And the last term is constant term, because it does not have any variable. So we can write down minus 20 is a constant term. So by this way, I hope you get the ideas that what are the terms, what are the factors of the terms, and what are the coefficient of the terms. We are going to finish today's session. It will be followed by the PDF. And if any problem, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.